My name is Don Penfield. I lived my whole life in the Phoenix area. I was diagnosed 4 years ago, February the 26th at 11:45 a.m. 2013. We remember certain things. I've been attending here at Banner Neural Wellness Center for 2.5 years.
Okay, my name is Ron Klein. I live in Mesa, Arizona. I'm on the board of directors of the Parkinson Movement Disorder Alliance, which is located in Tucson, Arizona. And I was diagnosed with Parkinson's disease in November of 2009. I was pretty sad, but not surprised. Found out over the years that if you talk to 100 people, you will get 100 different versions of Parkinson's disease.
There's something that affects your thinking, your decision making. Experienced symptoms of Parkinson's probably for 15 to 20 years. I just didn't recognize them being related to a disease. I thought it was just funny little things my body decided to do or not do. Prior to that, the little things I saw happening, I didn't know it was. I lost my sense of smell where my right arm didn't swing anymore when I walked. So that's a classic symptom. Initially, I had the most, and the one that forced me into getting a diagnosis was the tremors. I know people who don't have the tremors, but then they probably have something that I don't.
Symptoms started showing up probably about a year before I really got concerned about it. Before I was really diagnosed, I noticed I was getting a hand tremor, which is for most people the first thing that shows up. I noticed it getting worse. The symptom I have that bothers me the most is probably too much saliva and oftentimes drooling. And I made up a joke a while back about that. I told people that I was standing in front of the Victoria's Secret window and started drooling, and my wife won't let me look at the window anymore. The drooling was from Parkinson's. It's what I tell Jan. Probably my biggest problem is my hand dexterity. I used to be able to juggle. If I try that now, I break windows.
People always ask us, well, how many days should I exercise? Thinking they're going to say 3 years. Maybe some people say that, but I say every day. Because exercise is a medicine.
I like my exercise. I've got a great tricycle that I ride. Keep me from tipping over. 3 wheels is better than 2 for Parkinson's people. Exercise is really recommended daily. When you lose the ability, your brain loses the ability to manufacture the here goes a senior moment, dopamine. And you have to replace it with pills. You also you start losing the movement in your body that the dopamine helps promote. So taking the dopamine in the form of Cinnamon and doing exercises keeps you retrained. And you have to do it on a regular basis. I try and either walk a mile or 2 a day or ride the tricycle.
We usually spend 10 to 15 minutes on these equipment for cardio, and then or warm up, and then we go over there and do some stretching and then some other exercises for Parkinson's themselves.
But and I go every week to speech therapy here at the center. Education, I think, is important for a person with Parkinson's, and one of the best educators we have happens to be each other in support groups.
I take a medication called Cinnamon, which is the brand name for carbidopa-levodopa, which is the primary medication for people with Parkinson's. I have so many medications I can't stand it, but it goes with the territory. We have on time and off time. On time is when your medications are working. Off time is when they're starting to wear off or things are gone. And that's when I notice my hand tremors. I'm nearing the end of the on time. And I'm basically on the same medications that I was when I was diagnosed, which is a good thing.
Hi, I'm Carlene DeWammerell. And we're at Banner Neuro Wellness right now. I started right away over here because I knew about the place. A friend of mine from church had Parkinson's, and she died just before this opened, but our church nurse knew about it, and she came and talked to me as soon as I found out that I had Parkinson's.
My name is Annette Edwards, and I'm the manager here at Banner Neuro Wellness. And I would say for somebody diagnosed with Parkinson's, that a few of the key ingredients is to have a movement disorder neurologist, therapies, speech therapy, physical therapy, and occupational therapy, and find a support group, and then have ongoing support and exercise.
Years and years ago, I found out I was the class clown. When the teacher said, "Mr. Klein, stop talking, or there's going to be a party after school," I asked him if there was going to be Coke and chips. And we did have a party after school without Coke and chips, no, needless to say. Found out at that point I could get some good laughs and became the class clown. And I find out that if I share that humor with a lot of people, it helps them. I think Parkinson's has gotten a lot of notoriety, and a lot of the population of the United States has been educated because of Michael J. Fox having Parkinson's. It's being diagnosed more often now than it has been in the past. I don't think that's a good thing, but it is a fact. Of course, I'm married to Jan for 50-some years.
Well, when he came back from the doctor, we just kind of held each other and cried for a little bit. It was devastating. But Ron said, okay, that's the end of that. We're going to just move on. And we did. And he has a tremendous need to do outreach. He likes to help other people, especially somebody with Parkinson's. And we've started a support group where we go in the summer. They didn't have one there. And I just admire that in him. He said, God let this happen to me for a reason, but I'm going to do something good with it. And I think that's kind of his philosophy. So I'm just very proud of him. I try not to have a lot of scatter rugs laying on the floor because even generally speaking, older people can trip on those, but Parkinson's people have a tendency to shuffle their feet a little bit more, and that's not good. I make sure the house is kind of well lit at night with night lights. So he's up and down quite a bit at night. So I have little lights, so safety, I think of safety. Other than that, we still travel, we still see our friends, we still go out to eat. You know, we do whatever we want. It's just all done a little more slowly.
This is a pen that was designed for Parkinson's people, but instead of trying to write like this, you put your finger through there like that, and then you hold it with your thumb and your middle finger, and
I encourage anybody that I find out that's just been new, join a support group. You can't surprise us what you'll ask. We've heard it before, and we've lived it. We've lived it. And having lived through it, we're able to share with people that it is not the end of the world. Parkinson's is not a death sentence, but it is a life sentence. Well, doctors will tell you, it won't kill you, but it changes your life.
it's not the end of the world by a long shot. You do what your doctor tells you, and be sure to exercise along with the other program, you can lead a pretty normal life.
Parkinson's people become very embarrassed about going out because they're unsteady, they're slow, and some people think they're drunk, or they have a bad tremor and they're embarrassed about it, so they don't go out. Their world becomes very small. So twice a month, once for the east side, once for the west side, we have free pizza night where it's just a social. You just come out, other Parkinson's patients, and you feel comfortable and you have free pizza.
I call this a funny thing happened on the way home from the neurologist, or my life with Parkinson's disease so far. All my mixed drinks are now shaken, not stirred. The tremor in my right hand qualifies me to be the backup drummer for the Rolling Stones. Since all my medications cause constipation, I will save $100 a year on toilet tissue. I am responsible for preparing all shake well before serving products. My recycle bin for used prescription vials has a scrap value of $325. I have developed a love-hate relationship with my computer mouse as it attempts to take me on a cyberspace journey of its own choosing. That's all, folks.